Hmm. Oh wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, I'm sorry to hear your grandma passed away.
Yeah, it was all of a sudden and things like that. There's just some things I can't like really talk about right now and everything, but yeah, it's been crazy for sure. I had apologized to my boyfriend a lot because there's a lot of stuff that he's never seen before, like me like yelling at someone.
Oh wow, you never seen you yell at somebody?
Yeah, he's never seen me yell at someone before.
Wow.
And so I kept on saying, like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to tell you sorry so many times. And he's from Canada. So he was just like,
Ah, yeah, they're very polite. They don't really yell.
well, it's so funny because, like, he's just like, so Canadian of you to say sorry. I'm just like, I was just like, well, I feel a little embarrassed on how I acted and everything, but that person was being an asshole. So the person kind of deserved what was to be said, but whatever.
I fully agree with you. You know, you just gotta call it out for the first that's like an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've been good. Been busy working, going to Canada here and there to go see my boyfriend, getting
Oh,
back into comedy because I took a little bit of a break. So hopefully the new jokes, do well around here in Seattle.
I'm
But I
curious.
have about potentially 4 shows in August.
Oh, that's what's up, Ash. Ash, I'm curious. Like, I'm wondering, like, since you crossed the border a lot, do you feel a culture shock going to Vancouver from Seattle?
It doesn't. I don't notice much besides like I haven't drove up there yet because I'm terrified of getting a speeding ticket into Canada
Mm,
because like it's kilometers. So like 100 kilometers in Canada is like
60 miles.
60 miles per hour. But my brain wants to like I feel like my brain would want to go like 100 miles an hour
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because like even on like your speedometer like the kilometers is like small. So, I'm always going to focus on what I see in front of me. So, like, I don't want to risk, like,
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
pulled
like in
over and
older
getting a
vehicles,
ticket
they
in
have like
Canada.
a translation like kilometers, miles per hour. I'm pretty sure they don't have it in new cars anymore. But these are like, because they had a speedometer reading kilometers too.
Yeah. So, I usually just take the bus up there because then I can, like, just chill, sleep, don't have to worry
Hmm.
about cussing the Canadian out for, like, cutting me off or something.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, they're the type of people that will cut you in line to say sorry.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't know as much difference. Like I've been there 3 times, and the first thing I noticed is a lot more Asian. There's a lot more Asian people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
As soon
feel
as you cross, yeah, as soon as you cross the border, you start seeing Indian truck drivers and a whole lot of like a lot more Chinese than Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, Seattle Asian population is pretty big, but I would have to say Vancouver's I feel like Vancouver's more diverse than Seattle is, for
Yeah.
sure. Um, and I like how public transportation friendly it is more so than Seattle.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I'd like to share something. This is from my trip to Vancouver in 2013. That's me at the train station. You see it? Yeah, Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Of
I
course.
still haven't been to one yet.
What's wrong with you?
I
Why
I
you been there yet?
I
You got
just do what
to.
the locals do. I
You
go
got.
to
I
like the
mean,
local bars in Canada.
it's like the first thing I do when I go to Canada. Go to Tim Hortons. Go to like any local Tim Hortons because they got some really good donuts.
Gotcha. Well, it's
Yeah.
so funny. Like the first time I ever went to Canada to go see my boyfriend up there, um, he was busy doing like a theater production show, and I was gonna see his show the next day.
Mhm.
So I got there a little late, and So I decided I was going to meet him at like a bar, and he told me which bar to meet him at. And I was like, no makeup, hair in a ponytail, hoodie, yoga pants. Like, I looked rough. And I had 5 guys that night, Canadian men, approach me and like was flirting with me. And a couple of them actually offered to buy me a drink and everything. I was just like,
Oh.
dang, if I would have known that I didn't have to put much effort in my appearance, I would have just gone up to Canada.
Yeah, one thing I know about Canadians, folks, is they like to share. They really like to share.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there was one time I was waiting at a bus stop in Canada, and some Canadian guy like, "Oh, do you want a cigarette?" like, like that was back when I was smoking cigarettes. Like they just offered a cigarette. I didn't have like, "Oh, here's a cigarette. Do you want a cigarette?"
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot in the U.S. And another thing you don't see a lot in the U.S. is ketchup chips.
Yeah. I actually is it good? Because I've never had ketchup.
They're all right. I mean, it just tastes like ketchup on ketchup flavored potato chips. We just don't have it in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah, it's the most Canadian thing too. When I tell folks about ketchup chips, like ketchup chips, like America's like, like they can't believe people have ketchup chips.
Mm-hmm.
And another interesting flavor is you see down the bottom right is the all dress flavor. It's like a mismatch of like different flavors.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's quite unique to Canada. Another thing is, yeah, they don't say restroom, they say washroom.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I enjoyed, yeah. Vancouver's a interesting, diverse, very high sci-fi, high-tech city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
don't
I enjoy Canada. I think the place that I had like the most culture shock somewhere was Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting because it's like from what I know, it's like halfway Russian, halfway Asian, like Central Asian.
Yeah. It's very Eurasian for sure. And like you'll like see like a very beautiful like Orthodox church, like Russian Orthodox,
Mm-hmm.
that you would like kind of see like you like if you think of like the movie like Anastasia and stuff, like it's kind of like has that look to it when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to like the buildings of the church. And then like the mosque were very beautiful too, so they're like right next to each other a lot of times. So just because it's like Orthodox Russian and then like
Islamic.
Islam over there mainly. And then you'll like if you go like to the countryside, you'll have like indigenous nomadic people that live in these like places, and they're playing um like polo with a
Mm-hmm.
sheep carcass.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, that was really interesting to see. And they like drink horse milk,
Mm.
which
Interesting.
it was definitely interesting. Not my cup of tea whatsoever, but
And how's the
it,
food? How's the food out there?
the food was good. Also can be interesting as well. Like, of course, they'll have like Europe centric dishes, and then they'll have like your Asian, where it's like a mixture of European and different Asian um, meals and everything, which a lot of it was really good. They did have us eat horse and dog while we were there, but we didn't know until after we ate it. We just thought it was beef most of the time. We're just like, oh, that's what we thought it was. Funny as it is now, I'm vegan, but uh,
Yeah, horse meat I wouldn't mind, but dog, I can't.
yeah, that one kind of was a little bit of a shock. We're just like, ooh, this soup is so good. What's in it? And like, oh, you just ate dog. You're just like, say what?
Oh, you didn't?
Like,
No.
like a schnauzer or like a mutt? What is it? So it definitely was not my finest moment.
Yeah, I
But
mean, as someone who's been to Iraq, I know all about like that culture shock of being in like Asia.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, Iraq is technically, I mean, it's West Asia, but still, like, it's a big culture. I mean, especially like when there's a certain time where there's a Islamic call to prayer. I mean, is it like that in Kazakhstan? Like around the evening times, it's like a call to prayer.
I don't remember hearing a call of prayer there, but when I lived in Thailand, I lived in a Muslim community for
Mm-hmm.
like a few months. And for those few months I was living there, there was the call of prayer. But I actually enjoyed it when I would, it was like my alarm clock. It would happen like around 5 a.m. in the morning. So basically I would hear the call to prayer and then like see the sunrise, and it was really beautiful.
That was basically our wake up in Iraq too, like the Muslim call to prayer, and the time like we know the sun is coming down because it comes because in Baghdad they came on the evening time.
Yeah. And also when I was like in Thailand, the king of Thailand has passed. It's been probably maybe like 4 years now, I believe, that he's passed. But when I was there, um, during like right before the movies would start, they had like a video that paid tribute to the king and everything. So you would stand up in the movie theater to pay your tribute to the king. And then during morning and evening, they had like a tribute that would play throughout the whole entire public area, and you would just like kind of stand and just kind of respect
Mhm.
the king and everything. Like he was a good person from what I've been told and everything. Like he helped out like a lot of people in life. So
It's
um
fascinating because I'm going to Thailand in January next year.
okay, nice.
Yeah,
We're in
yeah.
Thailand.
We're going to Bangkok and Phuket. Phuket? What's it called? Phuket?
Yeah, Phuket.
That's called Phuket.
A lot of people think it's fuck it, but it's Phuket.
This is a funny name for a city. And yeah, I mean, I bet the food was amazing out there, wasn't it?
Oh my god, the food was amazing. I lived there for a year in Bangkok for like a year, 13, almost 14 years ago. So
Mhm.
I'm sure a lot has changed since then. Like when I went, they like a year previously just banned elephants from being within the city limits of Bangkok. So I guess there was like a lot of people that would use elephants as tourists and stuff. So it was like kind of deterring traffic and just causing a lot of issues. So that elephants were banned outside of Bangkok.
Oh, that's
But also, some of these elephants were trained to steal from people and stuff too.
wild.
Like they'll try to steal like your phones, your cameras, all of that.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then,
how safe was it out there?
oh, I felt so safe in Thailand. Like I would walk the streets of Thailand at 3 a.m. in the morning to go to 7-Eleven to get something because like
Oh,
I had like really bad insomnia when I was in Thailand. So whenever I couldn't sleep, I would go to the computer cafes, and say hi to family and everything,
mhm.
just so that I didn't have to pay for Wi-Fi on a consistent basis. It was just whenever I needed it, and then after that, I would go home. Before I go home, I would go either eat some street food that was open still that late, or 7-Eleven, because 7-Eleven is like you'll have like a few on like the whole strip on the street. So like if there's like one place that's super busy, you'll just go down like a few doors down, there's another one.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And like you have to try the 7-Eleven food there. Like it's so good.
Like what they got? What they got out there?
They have like dumplings a lot of times, different types of, but this was like 13. 13, 14 years ago, but they had like this like custard dumpling that was like super good over there. But yeah, anything that's in 7-Eleven there, it doesn't disappoint whatsoever.
Interesting. I remember that when I get down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ash, I want to tell you something. I've been
Yes.
to. I'm gonna tell you something. In the last year I traveled, so I've been to 4 different Latin American countries, and I've been to Boston. And the biggest culture shock I felt was in Boston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the geography is different, and
Mm-hmm.
the city feels like a. Have you been to Boston?
No, I actually haven't yet.
Yeah, it feels like a British city filled with Irish people and Caribbean Hispanics or Caribbeans. It's just different. I mean, because when you walk like blocks in Boston, like the street names change. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, street names change, and like yeah, you see Chinese people cooking Mexican food. That's probably the biggest culture shock. Like, what? Yeah, because I've been to Colombia, been to
Okay.
Peru, I've been to El Salvador, and I've been to Mexico, and I didn't really feel all that different from being in the Latino area of LA.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, because you see people selling food on the street, hear a lot of people speaking Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you see the same amount of tourists you see in LA. But yeah, it didn't really feel that much of a culture shock, other than like the money and other than the currency.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I actually have had reverse culture shock. So it was me like living in Thailand for a year and then coming back to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And like from like because like I felt like I had more freedom in Thailand than I did in the States as a woman because I can walk in the streets of Thailand with no one bothering me, catcalling me, nothing. And I can walk the streets at 3 a.m. in the morning in Thailand, but in the States, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what's ironic, Ash? Like, I actually felt like this city, Guadalajara, is cleaner than LA.
oh, I bet.
Oh yeah, it's way good. They take care of their city out there. You know what I'm saying? Like in the U.S., like we're like every man out for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're individuals to a fault. So yeah, there's none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
It's amazing like how there's so many different places in the world that have so many amazing contributions to the world that we can as Americans can learn from and everything. But there's just so many people that are just stuck in their ways and think that this is the way how everything in the world should be, and it's like, no, it shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for a developed country, we're just a hot mess right now. especially
Yeah.
like especially how polarized we are political wise and like all the homeless. I know in the West Coast in the U.S., like just a lot of just homelessness everywhere. I didn't see any of that when I was in Latin America. Like you see like houses built like on the outskirts, like houses built on hills, but you don't see the you know what I'm saying, like all the meth, all that nonsense you see in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Mexico felt like the part of Mexico I was felt low key safe, other than the fact that the military be having convoys through the streets. That was
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Like I even lived in Thailand when there was like political protest and stuff.
Hmm.
Right before I went there, there was some violent protest that happened
Oh.
where they like burnt part of like a mall or something. But after that, it was fine. And even when they did come out and protest again, there was no issues at all. Um, so anytime they came out and protest, they did their thing. They didn't have any issues or anything. But sometimes I did see like the Thai army nearby, like posting through like the public transportation system, whatever. But that was it. That didn't scare me though.
So Thailand is like it's like a monarchy. It's not really a democracy. It's a monarchy, right?
Well, it's kind of like how England is, where there's like a prime minister,
So it's like that.
but they do have a monarchy at the same time too.
Okay, so it's like a parliamentary democracy. So.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, I can't wait to see it next year. But I want to share a few like some of my photos from Peru with
Okay.
friends I've been to. Yeah, this is Lima. I gotta tell you, Ash, like Peru has some of the most delicious food you'll ever eat.
Peru's on my list for sure. I just don't know when I'm going to be going there, but that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city. Lima, yeah, it's like there's a lot of Asian influence out there, so you get like a good mix of like Chinese and Japanese cuisine out there.
Yeah.
It's real good.
I want to go to Brazil too.
Oh yeah, that's a place I've been dreaming of going myself. But I mean, I just heard it's like really dangerous out there with robbers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What part of
Yeah.
Brazil you thinking of going to?
Huh?
What part of Brazil you thinking of going to?
Rio de Janeiro, like the typical touristy places,
Mm,
but also because like I want to go during like Carnival.
that'd be
And
fun.
yeah, that would be really fun. Um, Next year, I plan on going to Japan in the springtime, most likely.
Oh, nice.
And they have a comedy club, a couple of them in Tokyo.
Oh, snap.
So I
Pretty
want
cool.
to be able to go over there and like perform comedy because they do both English and Japanese.
Hmm.
And so, especially with like a couple of them. So I really want to go and see like if my comedy works like in Japan, and then also have like tell people like I'm an international like comedian now, just
That's
because I've
cool, bro.
traveled to do that over there.
That's fascinating. How's it like just saying international? How's it like performing comedy in Canada compared to the U.S.?
So I actually haven't done comedy in Canada yet, but I want to. So I think the next time I go up to Canada, which is next month, um, I'm gonna see if my boyfriend has like connections since he's like an actor to be like, hey, do you have like any connections or know anyone that can get me like even just to like open or something for someone. Like I don't even care if I get paid or whatever. I just want to be able to perform while I'm up there and get my foot in the door there too.
Hmm.
Um, just because, I want to get there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Network with the local comedians. I feel
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to Toronto next month for that too, like do comedy.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, do comedy, network with the local comics, and you know what I'm saying, to have them be a future guest on this live stream.
Yeah. That'd be really cool. Maybe next time when my boyfriend isn't working, maybe he can be on our live stream sometime.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. That'd be interesting. Let me think. All right, I'm going to share something. No, I want to share a comment I got from a viewer talking about
Uh
can't even pronounce ketchup chip right. Ketchup chips.
huh. I'm trying to remember. Like there was some interesting chip flavors in Thailand, but I don't remember exactly. I think they had like an Indian curry flavor one in Thailand
Ooh,
because there's
interesting.
actually a decent
Oh
Indian
yeah,
population in Thailand too.
I've had that. Yeah, I had it was from Thai in back when I lived in Hollywood. There's a spot called Thai Town, and they had like all kinds of like Thai snacks, and I tried that.
Yeah,
Thai.
yeah, that's really good. And they had like different flavored Oreos that you don't find in the United States either. They had
Interesting.
like these blueberry ice cream Oreos that were like really good.
Mhm.
And the interesting thing about like all of like the sweets there, they use sugar cane. They don't use high fructose corn syrup, none of that stuff.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna share it right now to my audience. These are the Thai Oreos she's talking about. Like, yeah, these are interesting flavors. What is this? The birthday party flavor, the cool mint. You've had these?
The mint ones I don't remember, so that might have been afterwards, but I remember blueberry for sure.
Yeah.
That's the only one I remember because that's the one I got like consistently while I was there.
That's
They like pandan a lot, which is young coconut, which is like a green, like I guess coconut when it's like not fully developed is like a greenish flavor. I mean, not greenish, a greenish color, but it has like this sweet flavoring to it more so than what you would get with like a white flesh coconut.
Yeah, let me get a close up of these Thai Lay's chips. Yeah, I've had let me think the flavor. I think it was this bag, the gold bag. It was quite fast. It was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Thai food is so good. If you go to in Bangkok, Sukhumvit, that had like the best street food. Well, everywhere in Bangkok had like good street food, but Sukhumvit was like my favorite area to get street food.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like the skewers. What was it?
So there's this. I'm trying to remember what street it was on, but it was like this is when I used to eat meat and stuff, but it was like boiled chicken, but it had like this ginger garlic sauce on top that was like really good, and it was served with like rice, and then it had like cut up cucumber to the side. So good.
Yeah, when I was thinking of Thai street food, I was thinking of food like this, skewers.
Some places do have like stuff with skewers on it. Um and then sometimes they would have like this, I don't remember what it's called, but it was kind of like a mini crepe, but it was crunchy and it had like this yellow stuff that was like sweet on it, and it
Is
was
it
really good too.
Kanam Buang? Is that what you're talking about?
Uh it's kind of hard to Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's like a taco.
Yeah. It's really good. I love that stuff. It was so
So
good.
what is that? Is that what is that? Mango?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's mango. So it's like mango and cream.
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. And I'm guessing the white stuff is. Oh, I think yeah. Oh, that's not cream. It's coconut. Oh, that's
Yeah,
fascinating.
something like that. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've had it. And like unfortunately, like I love Thai food here, but I wish they had like more of like the street food that you can get over in Thailand. Like,
Yeah, they don't really
do I
sell it.
love myself some pad Thai and everything? Yes. Or like, green and red curry, yes, but I miss street food from Thailand.
Yeah, I like their regional cuisine, like their northern cuisine. Yeah, this is what I like. I like I'm show you right now. Like these noodles here. I like this. You seen it? Like let me see.
I'm trying to remember what that is.
It's called Lana cuisine. It's like they put like noodles, like dry noodles mixed in with like curry
Mm-hmm.
and with the other noodles. It is so busted.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I've had that. I didn't get to go to Chiang Mai when I was in
Mm-hmm.
Thailand. I've been to Phuket, Pattaya, Hua Hin, Sriracha. There's actually a city called Sriracha.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
There's something new today.
Yeah, it was like I was dating a guy that lived in Thailand, but he was Pakistani. And
Mm-hmm.
we got on the back of his motorcycle and he took me to this small little sea city, and it was called Sriracha. And
And
yeah,
they saw that hot sauce, right? That sriracha hot sauce.
yeah,
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Isn't Thailand diverse? Like, there's a lot of Chinese, like ethnically Chinese
hmm
Taiwanese Thailand, Thai, and
there's
Vietnamese Thai, Indian Thai.
yeah, like a lot of people live there. It's actually pretty. So like, there's a lot of Europeans and Americans that live there, but
Mm-hmm.
also you have people from Africa, India, Pakistan. Like it's pretty diverse for um Asia.
Fascinating. Yeah, from what I know, like there's a lot of like Chinese, a lot of Indians, and a lot of American, European, Australian expats.
Yeah. And it's so funny because like I think I act American, but when I lived in Thailand, Thai people they didn't think I was American. They're like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from America." They're like, "Really? You don't act like you're American." I'm like, "Is
Why?
that a
Because we
good
weren't
thing or a
loud.
bad thing?"
Why? Because we weren't loud enough.
I mean, it was because like I I did everything that like I wanted to respect their culture because I was
Um,
living there, and so I just blended in with just wanting to be respectful. And I guess there's a lot of people who don't do that when they
oh, you're still
travel.
the local culture. Yeah, because a lot of Thai they do this.
Yes.
They do that.
So yeah, when they greet, they'll do that. And like there's different greetings for like men and women because there's like feminine and masculine.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to address someone, it's Sawadika Kun Sabaidi Maika. And then for guys, it's Sawadika Kun Sabadi Maikrap. No, Sawadi Krupp. Something like that. It's been so long since I'm forgetting like even the basic stuff now because I was able to like speak it a like basic conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but now I can barely say hello.
Oh, yes, I mean, yeah, Asian languages are hard to learn. Like I took a Japanese class 20 years ago. I used to know the written words, the hiragana and katakana, but I forgot most of it.
Yeah.
All I know is like konnichiwa, arigato, gozaimasu.
Yeah.
Pretty much Japanese. But yeah, I want to share something interesting about the food in Peru, like the Chinese fusion food. It's probably most, and they got vegan options as well too.
Mhm.
Yeah, like Talaran, like it's basically their version of chow mein.
Uh-huh.
I recommend going to Peru one of these days, just for the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, she's Peruvian and she lives in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I've known her since I was in college. She's a amazing older woman that I hold dearly to my heart and everything. She's always been like, every time I lived in Texas, she made sure like I was good and everything, and I've helped her with catering. But when I used to be religious, she always wanted me to go on a missions trip to Peru with her, but I just never had a chance to go.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm not religious, so I was just like, ah, Peru
Yeah,
sounds
now you can
nice.
go there for the food and see Machu Picchu. Go up there, go see the old I'm saying all the Mayan architecture. No,
Uh-huh.
not Mayan. Inca architecture.
Yeah,
I'm going back next year just to see that.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. And the Peruvian friend I have, like, she's pretty much similar to the friend you're talking about. Like yeah, she'll check on me, see how I'm doing. She wanted to make sure I was safe when I was in Peru.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great time. But yeah, we're gonna wrap the stream up in 5 minutes. So I mean, let's continue talking about traveling.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot more people are traveling since everything's like opened up,
Mhm.
and you know, you just never know what the world is going to be at the end of the year, so might as well travel as much as you can.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of traveling for them, and I'm going to be doing a lot more traveling in a couple of months. I'm going to in a couple of months. I'm going to go to Canada, Colombia, Philippines, and Thailand.
Nice. So far, it's just Japan, but I might try to see if my boyfriend wants to go to like a few other places. I might try to see if he wants to go to Nashville, Tennessee,
Mm.
because he's never been there before, but also my dad's side of the family is there. We have been talking about meeting each other's families and everything. He kind of met my mom's side of the family a little bit, so
That'd
might
be
as
nice.
well meet my dad's side.
That'd be nice.
if he gets if he gets to ride that side too, he's a keeper.
I forgot. I'm going to Nashville myself later this year too, because I got some friends that live out there, like a few cousins.
Okay.
We want to meet. Yeah.
Nice. That'd be fun. Are they comedians too, or?
Oh no! They're just family, and I'm going to be doing comedy, and I'm going to run into some army friends out there too.
Nice.
It's a big mix. Yeah.
That'd be funny if we have some of the same mutual friends when it comes to comedians in Nashville.
It's a small world. We probably
It
do.
really is.
Small world.
Hmm.
Already know. But yeah. I
That's
mean, yeah. You thinking of like doing like comedy travel, like travel to do comedy in different cities?
yeah. That's what I've been doing, and that's how I started kind of picking up momentum for a while. Was anytime I traveled somewhere, I would be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in the area. Does anyone know of any good like open mics?" And some people are like, "Hey, I can do you better. Like, be on my show." I was like,
Mhm.
"Okay, yeah, let's do it." So I've done Reno. I have done several different places in the South, all over Dallas, Texas, Tyler, Texas, a little bit of Seattle now,
Mhm.
and hopefully more places soon.
Fascinating. And I got a feeling the crowd in Seattle was a lot different than the crowd down south.
Yeah. I sometimes I'm like terrified to do like some of my jokes because I'm like, once if they find it offensive. But now I'm just like, you know what? Well, I will try it out and ask for forgiveness later.
Mm-hmm. Just try it on. Yeah, broke the punches.
So
Yeah, I feel that because I know like folks in Seattle, they're very progressive and politically correct.
well, it's so funny because like I am progressive, but also like there's certain things I don't joke about whatsoever.
Hmm.
But I usually joke about my life, and sometimes like it has pissed off people, but it's usually like conservative dudes, white
Hmm.
conservative dudes,
Oh yeah,
and they're
they.
like, they're like, "You're a man hater." I'm like, "No, I just call out guys that have done me wrong." So if my jokes offend your little snowflake ass, then maybe you're the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's they're projecting.
Yeah.
That's what that is. You're a man hater.
I'm like, no, I just call out the shitty guys. So if you get hurt by that, then maybe you are the problem.
Yeah, maybe they are.
Right. It's like if you've never done a woman dirty like some of these guys that I joke about, then you shouldn't have an issue with it.
Yeah, exactly. If you've had an issue, then yeah, you're the problem.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. You just down on yourself. Like, oh, or you just exactly. You just down on yourself. You respond. But yeah. It's good having you back on, Ash. You know, hope you come back on to a future live stream that will have more guests. And
Yeah.
you can pretty much shoot the shit. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to talk
It's
about traveling. I mean, yeah, you've been around the world. I've been around the world, and we have fascinating experiences to share.
oh yeah. I definitely have some pretty funny stories too, but another day for sure.
Yep, and another day. So yeah, no, share a quick story before, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so this was in Thailand, and yes, it's overall safe and everything. I was at a coffee cafe that I go to like all the time when I was over there, and all of a sudden I hear like people yelling, and I look up, and the barista was out there, and there was like this man, older man, and two women. One of them was like a young woman, and then the other one was like an older woman. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, am I experiencing Thai Mori right here? And when I looked, there was a machete in the old man's hand while he was holding the barista. And I'm thinking, like, oh gosh, he probably like knocked that girl up and is not taking responsibility or whatever. Somehow he got loose and didn't get shanked by this machete. And the barista like goes behind the counter and pulls out a knife and starts going out there. And I'm thinking, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then the owner of the cafe comes out there too. And so they started talking. And like, since my Thai is very little, I'm like, I don't know what they're saying exactly. And then they both came in, they both sighed, and they're apologizing immensely to me. And I'm like, don't mind you. I'm like, don't have to tell me and everything. But first of all, one, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, we're fine, just a little shaken up. And I was like, but also, I'm curious what the hell just happened out there. And they're like, we change ice companies.
Oh,
I was like, wait, you almost got shanked because you decided to go with a different ice company. They're like, yep, they take their business seriously.
that's
Because like most
livelihood.
places don't like have like their own ice machine or anything. So there's people that will travel around and deliver ice.
That's crazy.
So
That's basically like a shake now.
yeah.
That's it. Oh well. Oh well. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining
Yes.
me, Ash.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right, y'all have a good weekend and peace out. I'll be back next week.
Peace out.
All right, y'all.